1, 2, 3. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SasquatchLabs. And we're going to play some Hearthstone. So welcome to the Faillerina. I've played a few of these games and a few arena runs, and I've just completely and utterly failed miserably. Went 1-3-0-3-2-3, I think is what it was. So not good at all. Got a decent amount of gold built up, so we're going to do gold, get in, cool, done. And what do we get? Gul'dan, Jaina, and Rexxar. I've played Jaina much more than the other two, so we're going to go ahead and take the mage. Now, if you don't know this game, it is a Blizzard collectible card game. It is actually my very first collectible card game, and not bad in the constructed. I've done pretty well, but not so good in the arena so far. Alright, anyways, cards. The arena, in case you don't know, select one of the 9 characters. They give you 3 options. There's 9 total. Pick the one you want. Then it gives you 3 cards. Pick the one that you want. You do that 30 times. You build a deck on the fly, and away you go. So they started us off with the Light Warden. Whenever a character is healed, gain 2 attack. That's great if you can protect it and you have something like a mage or a priest deck that can automatically heal. That could very quickly spiral out of control for your opponent, but in all likelihood, it's going to die pretty quickly, no matter what you do. And I don't have any native passive heals or anything, so I'm not going to take that. Angry Chicken, 1/1 for 1. If you can buff this in the health area and get that enrage, a 6, 6/2, 6/1, whatever, for 1, that is incredible. But again, with no way of buffing that realistically, and spending something higher level on it, it's too iffy for me. Defender of Argus, give adjacent minions 1/1 and taunt. I think that's good, so we're going to go ahead and take that. Ice Barrier, secret. As soon as your heroes attack, gain 8 armor. Generally don't like secrets. Maybe that's my failing, maybe it's not. And this one in particular I don't like. Maximum health of 38. If you need that to survive, in all likelihood you're going to die anyways. And then 2 other areas of control: Frost Nova, freeze all enemy minions, and a Polymorph. Turn any random minion into a 1/1 sheep. The Polymorph is very, very good if you end up against something very big and scary, or if you just need to get a taunt out of the way to finish off your opponent, whatever. Not a bad way to go. Although I'm going to take the Frost Nova. And I like the Frost Nova because control decks are nice. They can keep you alive. They can also keep board control. So if your opponent has 4 characters on the field, you have 2, and nothing more to do this turn, and you can't clear his board, this allows you to buy a turn to clear the board. So I'm going to take the Frost Nova. Fairy Dragon, good card. Can't be targeted with hero spells, or can't be targeted by spells or hero power. So you can't remove this, can't ping it off with the characters that are able to do that. Good card. 3/2 for 2 is good. Flame Strike, deal 4 damage to all enemy minions. Very powerful late game board control. It's very nice. And the Stormwind Champion, all of the minions have 1/1. Now I have an unfortunate. You can't guarantee what you're going to get. Now normally I'd love the Flame Strike and I love the Stormwind, but they're both late game, and I've had bad luck in late game. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Fairy Dragon. Good early game. Very good card. And we get an epic Molten Giant. It's a 20 cost. It can only go to 10, but it costs 1 less for each damage your hero has taken. Could be absolutely phenomenal. You could potentially get this out very, very cheap. But that's all dependent. Hungry Crab. Destroy Murloc, gain 2/2. Could be very, very, very interesting if your opponent brings out an early Murloc, or you happen to get an early Murloc, buff this thing right off the bat, definitely Geist. I mean, you can get an early Murloc with the coin, bring out Hungry Crab, have a 3-4 on turn 2 with the coin. That would be incredible. But again, it depended on getting a Murloc, and with the nature of the arena, no guarantee. Now, Ice Block. Whenever your hero takes fatal damage, prevent it from becoming... let's try that again. Whenever your hero takes fatal damage, prevent it and become immune this turn. It is literally a late game save you. I don't know. Not my biggest thing. We're going to go ahead and go to Hungry Crab in the hopes of getting a cheap Murloc or, you know, whatever. Molten Giant I like. Late game punch is nice. But in the hopes that I don't take that much damage, I don't need it. So we're going to Hungry Crab. Ventricle Mercenary, widely regarded as one of the better cards. Your minions cost 3 more. Can really screw up the tempo. But it's a 7/6 for 5. It is definitely something that can really, 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 really help you. It's very difficult at that point in the game to deal with him. And if you can buff him in any way, it's very nice. Definitely a good way to go. Deckhand has charge while your weapon is equipped. As a mage, you have no weapons, so there's no point in him. 2-1 for 1. Not bad, but again, no real point because he pretty much dies immediately. Dark Iron Dwarf. Battlecry. Give a minion 2 attack. It's a 4-4 for 4, plus the Battlecry. I think it's a good card. In my eyes, I think these two are pretty close. That's a lot of punch, but he can really screw up your tempo. Now, if you're going to play in Constructed and have a lot of spells, definitely a good thing to have. Can't guarantee spells, so Dark Iron Dwarf. Armani Berserker. 2-3 for 2, but it's got that Enrage. Now, 3 attack Enrage is great. Being a mage, your character power is a 1 damage attack for 2 mana. So on turn 4, the Armani Berserker becomes a 5-2 for 2. Very nice. Or on turn 3. Or turn 2 if you have a coin. Very difficult to deal with. Raging Worgen, same thing. Because of its Enrage, it gains 1 attack. So this becomes basically a 4-2 with Wind Fury. Which means you basically you can get a 2-for-1 out of him, or you can deal out 8 damage a turn with him. If you can keep him protected. Very good. Spiteful Smith, again, your weapon has 2 attack, no weapons. That's really a tough call between these two. I think in this instance, the 2-for-1 with the Raging Worgen is a little better. Getting the Armani Berserker out a little sooner is nice. And he's got just a smidge more punch. They both die about the same. I'm going to go with the Berserker. Let's get him out early. Ooh, Mana Wraith. All minions cost 1 more. Again, with the same issue as that other guy, whatever his name is. Everything costs more. Can really screw up the tempo. But can kind of keep you going, because if you're a spell-heavy deck with fewer minions, it gives you basically a lead. Not counting on spell-heavy, so I probably won't take him in this. Ancient Mage, give adjacent minions +1 spell damage. Again, very nice if you're a spell-heavy deck. He's only a 2/5, hard to deal with, and gaining 2 spell damage is very, very nice. And then Ancient Watcher. It's a 4/5 who can't attack. I've seen this card. I've seen him played. I don't really understand unless you're going to give him a taunt. He's cheap, and if you can give him a taunt, he becomes, potentially like something like a 1/1 taunt, or if you have a I don't think he's a beast. He's not a beast, so you can't. I don't know if that Hunter 2/2 plus taunt will work on him, and for sure I'm not sure, but that would make him a 6/7, which would be really, really difficult I mean, that's a 2-1 or maybe even a 3-1 trade to get him gone. So I can see that in that instance, but in my situation, I don't think I'd take him. So Ancient Mage. Elven Archer, Earthring Farseer, and a Bluegill Warrior. 1-1, basically a 2-1 for 1. Not bad. Nice for pinging, starting up like the enraged creatures. Narmani Berserker, for instance. You drop him out on turn 1. Unlikely to die. Bring out your Elven Archer on turn 2. Do your 1 damage to the Narmani Berserker. He can then attack for 5 right then, without having to use your hero power. Earthring Farseer, I don't really see that 3 health as being anything. I mean, it's 3 for 3, but whatever. And then the Bluegill Warrior is a 2-1 charge with Hunger Crab. That makes sense, but he's also a 2-1 charge, and you can get favorable trades with that. So I think we'll take him in the instance that, okay, we can either get a favorable trade or we can use him for the Hunger Crab to eat to gain his buff. So I think in this instance, we'll probably take him, especially since we have that hero power. Alright. 1-1 Divine Shield. Unlikely to get a 2-for-1 trade because of that Divine Shield. You never know. Mana Wraith, whenever you cast a spell, gain 1 attack. Again, can spiral out of control very, very quickly, but can't guarantee I'm going to get the early or all the spells that I would like normally. So it's kind of a crapshoot on that one. But Youthful Brewsmith, try that again once more. Youthful Brewsmith, wow. Youthful Brewmaster. Battlecry, return a friendly minion from the battlefield to your hand. So I want to lay out Defender of Argus and gain 2 if I got a number of minions out on the field. Throw out my Defender of Argus, get a couple taunts. I could use Youthful Brewmaster, bring him back to my hand, and throw him out again to get some more taunts, or just flat out buffs. Plus, he's a 3-2. He's a good card. For 3-2 for 2 is good. And then you throw in that Battlecry, he's excellent. So, Youthful Brewmaster. And I cannot say youthful tonight. Twilight Drake, gain 1 health for each card in your hand. Potentially very good, potentially very crap. You gotta play around him. Secret Keeper. Whenever a secret is played, gain 1/1. Could be very good and constructed. Generally not very good in Arena. You can lose him very quickly, her very quickly, whatever. And you can't count on secrets. That being said, I got a secret right here, but I can't take both of them. So, counterspell. Whenever your opponent casts a spell, counter it. Thus, just turn it around and hit them. Not something that I necessarily think is great, unless you're playing another mage and they got a Pyroblast or something like that. It does 10 damage. Could potentially win you the game, actually. But it's a little RNG for me. And a lot of players are getting wise to them and being careful and throwing out little stuff just to kind of break the secret. So, Twilight Drake. Acolyte of Pain, whenever his minion takes damage, draw a card. Mogashawn Morgan, a 1/7 for 4 taunt. Difficult to deal with, but not impossible. And can't take much, can't put out much damage. Can take a few good hits. Keep you going, for sure. Not necessarily the best taunt in the game, though. Water Elemental. It's a 3/6 for 4, so not bad. A lot of health and a lot of control in him. Freeze any character that is damaged by this minion. So basically, I can throw him at anything and freeze it, or anything that hits it will freeze it if it doesn't, obviously. Even if it kills him, it still freezes it. So not bad. The Acolyte of Pain, though, we have no card draw at this point. And with the hero power, I can tick that off and gain the card. So Acolyte of Pain. Plus, we have no 3s. Good thing to get. Spellbreaker. Let's go back. Hirabashi Berserker. Whenever this minion takes damage, gain 3 attack. A 2/7 to start with. So, hero power. Take him down. That makes him a 5/6. And then, say I got another Elven Archer. I could attack him again. Make it an 8/5? Yeah, you can spiral out of control pretty damn quick. Also, a huge bullet sink, which is nice. Spellbreaker, though. Battle Cry. Silence a minion. Big Taunt. Acolyte of Pain. Lightwell. Very, very, very handy. Plus he's a 4/3 for 4. It's not bad. And another Armani Berserker. I really like the Gary Bosher, especially with the hero power that can trigger his enrage. But you kind of have to take spell power when you have it. You kind of have to. I mean, you just kind of have to. So spell power. Dragonlord Mechanic, say 2/4 for 4. So not the greatest combination there, but he summons a 2/1 dragon. Mechanical Dragonling. So basically, between the two minions out of the one card, it is a 4/5 for 4. So not bad. You can get some favorable trades with that. You can get 2/1, maybe even 3/1 out of him. Not bad. Arcane Missiles deal 3 damage randomly split amongst enemy characters. Not a bad, kind of an RNG, board control, whatever. Not bad. And then Dollar on Mage. It's a 1/4 for 3 with the spell power buff. Nice, again, if you are constructed and have a lot of spells. You know, I like the Arcane Missiles. I like the Dragonling. We are decent on our 4s. We are low the early game, and we're low kind of a little bit of our spells. So I think I want board control, though, so I think I'm going to take the Dragonling and hope for some better low cost. Ice Lance, though. Here we go. This is good. Freeze a character. If it's already frozen, deal 4 damage instead. Board control. Very nice. Mad Bomber. Mad Bomber is crazy. Never trust the Mad Bomber. Yet I might still take him. Deal 3 damage, randomly split between all characters. So he can attack you, your hero, all of your minions, all the enemy minions, and the enemy hero. Plus he's a 3/2 for 2. Mad Bomber is an asshole. Mad Bomber doesn't like anybody. Mad Bomber is an asshole. I'm not taking the Mad Bomber. We got the Defender of Argus, so we do have some taunts, but we have no straight up taunts. Defend Creeper is a 3/6 for 5. He's a solid taunt. I like this taunt a lot. So I think I'll take the taunt over the control, plus we have no 5s. Thrallmar Farseer. I don't like the Wind Fury. 2/3 for 3 with Wind Fury. He dies too quickly, and he just doesn't have enough punch. Ooh, Dragonling. That's nice. And then a Wolf Rider. It's a 3/1 for charge, so as soon as you play him, you can use him. I really should take the charge. You know, you can take out low-level taunts with him. You can maybe even get a 2/1 if you get lucky enough to be able to taunt to, put out some early pressure. But I think I want the board control. Yeah, I think we'll take the second Dragonling. Alright. Bluegill Warrior, another Bluegill. Might potentially take him because of our Hungry Crab again. So, maybe. We'll see. And then we got the Stormbright Commando. So it's a 4/2 for 5. That deals 2 damage. So it's basically a 6/2 for 5. But again, you can use that to potentially trigger an Enrage or kill something on a board and maintain board control. It's a little low of health for my liking. Another Armani. I think we take the punch of the Armani this time. Did we take the Armani before? Yes, we did. Shoot. I'll take the Armani, why not? Joe Yeti, Polymorph, and Arcane Explosion. Okay. Joe Yeti, excellent card. 4/5. That's at least a 2/1 in most instances. Very, very solid card. Nothing to be silenced, nothing like that. And can potentially turn him into a taunt with the Defender. And that, gives him a 5/6 for 4. That's nice. It really is. Polymorph, transform a minion into 1/1 sheep. Got that already. Good control. Very nice. Arcane Explosion, deal 1 damage to all minions. Nice if you can, say, have the Ancient Mage up. That turns that into 3 damage, which is nice. We got plenty of 2s. We got plenty of 4s. Where am I at? Well, I don't have a polymorph. I don't have my Yeti. And Arcane, it's a little weak. So we're going to go ahead and I think we're going to take the polymorph for that control. Ice Barrier, again, not a big fan of secrets. They just don't seem to play out very well in the arena. Direwolf Alpha, though. Jake's minions have 1 attack. So it's a 2-2 for 2. But buffs the 2 minions next to it. It's alright. Windfury Harpy, 4-5 with Windfury for 6. So potentially 8 damage. 2 for 1, maybe a 3 for 1 trade. Not bad. Good late game punch. I'm not going to take the Ice Barrier just because my mana curve, but I am going to take the Direwolf to keep my minion cost lower. Arcane Explosion, Ice Barrier, lower to the arena. We're definitely lacking on taunt, but that's a big taunt. Arcane Explosion, again, can be very, very nice, especially with the Arcane Mage up. Do I have any other spell power? I don't, but again, I think the late game taunt would be nice. 6-5 for 6 might take 2 hits. You know, if you can buff him, all the better, but I think we'll take that taunt. You know, late game punch too as well. It's a lot of hit. Alright. Oh, Wild Pyromancer. I cannot speak tonight. After you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to all minions. Again, if you've got a good spell deck, that's not bad. Counterspell and Knife Juggler. After you summon a minion, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. Again, any enemy other than itself. Knife Juggler, good low cost. Pyromancer, a 3-2 for 2, even with no other spells. It's still a good low cost as well. But not only is the Knife Juggler could potentially be awesome for you, he also will take a hit. The Pyromancer will probably also take a hit. So that's a tough choice. It really is up to those two. Don't care about the secrets in the arena. I think we'll take the Knife Juggler. Give me some 1s and 3s. Jeez. Frost Nova, freeze all enemies. Archmage, it's a 4-7 with a spell power for 6. It might be a little low on the punch side, but 7 health. That's very, very nice. Again, Argus, turn that into a 5-8. It's hard to deal with. Plus the spell power. Not going to take another Dragonling. I think we're going to take... we're going to take the punch. We're going to take the Mage. Low level taunt. Don't really care about him. A 1-2. It dies too quickly. It dies too, you know... Look. Bluegill Warrior. 2-1 charge. For 2 cost. Yeah, he's cheap. I get that. But he dies immediately. It's just not worth it. Frost Elemental, Valakai, freeze an enemy. 5-5 for 6 with that freeze, board control, or straight up Frost Nova board control. We're taking the Elemental. Just are. Alright. Missiles, Torn Warrior. It's a taunt plus the enrage. It's a 2-3 with a taunt, and if you can enrage it, it becomes a 5. Basically a 5-2 unless you can heal it. It's too weak. It dies too quickly. It's just a huge bullet magnet. Not my thing. Cobalt Geomancer, a 2-2 for 2 with spell power all day long. Got a lot of 2s. Our mana curve looks horrid. Lacking on the low taunt, but again, Iron for Grizzly, just not my thing. Card draw is always good, and if you got a lot of minions, which we're pretty decent on minions, I'm taking the Novice Engineer. I want to get my cards out. Again, Aged Squire, the Divine Shield, a 1-1 Divine Shield. It's hard, you know. It's gonna take 2 swings to kill anything real. You know, so yeah, we're gonna take the Novice Engineer. Get that card draw. I don't like the Shield Bearer just because I can't attack. Another Brewmaster. Return a friendly minion to the battlefield to your hand, and he's a 5-4. You know, I could get a couple cards out of Acolyte and bring him back and do it again. I have no ones, man. I have no ones. I have no early game. I have Hungry Crab. That's it. We're gonna take the Elven Archer. Could come in handy. All right. I like the card draw. I like the 1-all. I mean, that can definitely come in handy. But 6 damage. That's big removal. We need that. All right. Flesh-eating Ghoul. Whenever a minion dies, gain 1 attack. All right. You don't have to do anything with him. If you can keep him protected, he could turn into an 8, 10 attack pretty damn quick. Magna Rager, 5/1, dies immediately. There's very little chance of protecting it unless you can buff it. And a 3/3 taunt. Again, yes, we're lacking on taunt. He's a minion, he's a taunt. As much as I like the ghoul, I think because of all of our enrages and everything, that we probably take the taunt. So let's take that taunt. A 2/5 charge. It's generally going to be a 2-for-1. A 3/1 charge is going to be a 1-for-1. And a crap Wind Fury. Even though our curve is seriously messed up, I think we're going to have to take... no, we'll take the Wolf Rider. We'll take the Wolf Rider. Live dangerously. Booty Bay Bodyguard. A 5/4 taunt. It's very nice. 5/4 for 5 is good. Harvest Golem. It's a 2/3. When he dies, that's the death rattle, summons a 2/1 damage golem. So basically, you get 2 of him. Very nice. And Frostbolt. Deal 3 damage to a character and freeze it. As much as I like the Harvest Golem, I think we need the spell, and I think we need the control. Do we? No, we're going to go for minions. We're going to keep minion heavy. And here we go again. Night Jogger. We already got him. I wouldn't mind having another. He's crazy. Injured Blade Master, deal 4 damage to himself. So it becomes a 4/3 for 3. I don't really have any way of healing him. He probably dies. He probably only gets 1 turn out of him, but he's still cheap. We're really lacking on the 3s. And then Demolisher. At the start of your turn, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. I think realistically, the Demolisher is probably a bigger heatsink, so maybe we'll take the Demolisher. And ideally, we're lacking on the low level taunt, though. Maybe we can get him out later in the game, and he'll actually matter. So we'll try that. Our mana curve is everywhere, so let's see what we can do. And if you are unaware of how the arena works, lose 3, you're out. Win 9, you're out. The more you win, the bigger your rewards. Decks of cards, arcane dust, and gold. Just an FYI. Alright. So, I don't think this deck is going to do well at all. So let's find out, shall we? See what we get. Worthy opponent. And another mage, so probably going to die right away.
Jaina.
You asked for it. My magic will tear you apart.
Alright. So, we're going to leave the Fairy Dragon. We'll drop these 2. Night Juggler. Okay. Couple early games. And no play, so we'll end our turn. Yeah, yeah. Yep, we're going to start with the Fairy Dragon, and he won't be able to attack that immediately. So we'll get at least a couple damage out of him right away. And if he throws something out on the field, we can trade. And we will. So, well, actually, I think this is a preferential trade. So we'll use the Blue-Gray Warrior. And get rid of his Fairy Dragon. And keep my Fairy Dragon alive. And chug out 3 damage. I think that's better. I don't mind trading out that crappy Murloc. Uses his coin, so he gains an extra mana. Ooh, Twilight Drake. 6 damage. Very nice. And I can't kill it. But we're gonna go ahead and let's see what we get out of Knife Juggler, and we're gonna do extra damage. Come on, Knife! Come on, Knife! Okay. So I think we're gonna go ahead and trade this out for the Drake. We gotta get rid of that Drake. And he'll likely trade out the Knife Juggler for the Drake. Maybe. Ooh. Lucky son of a bitch. Well, this might be a problem. Okay, can't do the Money Berserker. It will die absolutely immediately. It does kill... It does take them out, though. We could do our Money Berserker and the Harvest Golem. We'll lose to... He'll trade both of them out, I would imagine. Yeah, I think we gotta do that. This is not good. I'm losing too many cards too early. But... Either one, he trades them out, I'd imagine. He's gonna have to. No, he's not. Damn. Well played. Trade out his Geomancer. He didn't trade out his Geomancer. Interesting. I'm not going to use Polymorph. He can't trade. Yeah. And we get rid of his Drake. And we get another Golem. So we have a little bit of a board control. He's definitely got a health control and a card advantage. And he's got his own goal. And he's gonna keep rushing me down. It's probably a good call at this point. Well, I hate to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to. But it's the only way I can clear his board. We're gonna go ahead and do this. I hate to do that, but we're gonna polymorph that so we don't have to deal with his death rattle. And then we'll tick that off. And we'll kill his Geomancer with my mage. And we got board control back. But we've taken a lot of damage. Mage Rushdown deck is very interesting. It's the first time I've seen that. At least, well, I haven't played many mages in Arena, so I can't say too much about that. And he finishes off the board. We did burn that. It's a weird synergy. We're gonna drop the hunt off. And then we're gonna Dark Iron him. So, Iron's got 5, Wolf's got 4. We tick him off. That's pretty good threats. And then what we'll do, next turn, we'll drop the mage right in between for no good reason. Never know him. It's such a good card. Oh, he is going flat out. So this is where... Oh, okay. So, we're going to empty my hand to do this. It wouldn't have helped to drop that out first. It would have done extra damage. So, we'll get rid of that too. Oh, that was dumb. Oh well. So, we'll go here. And my wolf dies now, so that's okay. Get 2 more damage, but I got him off the board. My wolf's gonna die. I know that. Going to cold. Oh. Now, he plays board again. Everything he needed. Everything he needed. I got no... This game is going to end very quickly, I have a feeling. Should have kept on to him, really, but... I've got no card draw. And he's just going to rush me right now. And it's a good call. It's a pretty good plan. Acolyte. Get 2 cards out of him immediately. Well, not immediately, but we can get another card. Beautiful Brewmaster. I pull something back. Can pull the Acolyte back. Get more cards out of him. And I have my Brewmaster on the field. And I can play the Acolyte again. Might do that, actually.
Drink with me, friend.
Oh, I should have... No, everything killed it. Never mind. That was the right call. Everything would have killed him. I was going to say... I could have attacked him, I guess. So... I gotta take some damage off.
Where am
Otherwise he actually kills me. I should have thrown that 1 damage at him. That was stupid. Made a mistake. Made a mistake. Oh. GG. And now I get it first taunt. God. Can you do 2 damage? He can't. Well, that's a game, but...
Well played.
Yeah.
Well played.
That was not a good start. Not a good start at all. Not a good start. I really, other than that 1 damage, I really don't think I could have done much differently either. That was just really bad draw. Oh, sweet. Got a daily done. I couldn't maintain board control. Couldn't get any cards. 0-1. Way to start.